Welcome students to a maths class. In this video, I will explain to you how to prepare a timeline. What is a timeline? As you can see, it is a diagram showing when things happened by position on a line. Now for this activity, I have taken the topic of means of communication. You can see paintings, pigeon, the newspaper, telephone, and so on. Today, whatever means of communication that man has developed can be represented on a line. And how to make it a timeline? We will specify the time that these things were developed or used by human beings. Like for example, the cave paintings started around 30,000 years ago. Then man used pigeon as a means of communication in 776 BC. After a long gap of many years, the man came up with the idea of communicating with the help of newspapers in the year 1650. And still, a lot of progress was being done in the means of communication. And then came the telephone, and it was in the year 1876. After that, we had radio communication in the year 1902. So we can see gradually man developed, starting from paintings to today's mobile phones that we are using. Man has come a long way in evolution of means of communication. So first of all, let us quickly see how to make this timeline. Timeline is a diagram. So it is just like a number line, as you know. This is a number line in which the numbers are starting from left onwards. It is increasing, and this number line has numbers with equal distance. But here, timeline has the events or the happenings or the developments in different years that we are going to specify. So let us write it down. And for this, we need a very long sheet of paper. So I have added 2 sheets of A4 size paper with a sellotape. I have just pasted it with a sellotape from the middle. And now I'm going to begin. So the first or the most primitive means of communication was nearly 30,000 years ago, and it was in the form of cave paintings. So it is referred to as BCE, that is before Common Era. Then came the carrier pigeons, which was in 776 BCE, that is before Common Era. These were the carrier pigeons. Then came our newspapers in the year 1650. So we can see, we can mark these events as time on the line. So this was one event. Then came the carrier pigeon. This was another event in the development of means of communication. So let me quickly draw these out for you, and this is how we are going to have the means of communication. Then came, after newspaper, we had our first telephone in 1876. So we can write it also, and to make it more interesting, I have drawn these cutouts, and I'm going to paste it with a Fevicol here. So we can write it as well as draw. Then after that, we had radio signals in the year 1902. We can show it with a dot on the line. So basically this line is showing the means of communication that were developed through the years. After the radio signals, we got our television in the year 1927. After television, as we all are familiar today, we had our internet or the first email that was sent along nearly 31 years ago. It was in October 1969. And then the means of internet was started and it spread throughout the world like never before. After that, the World Wide Web, WWW, as we know today, it began the era of mass communication. We had short service messages or SMS or telegraph, as we know today. Then we had mobiles with the technology of communication. First button mobiles were there in 1973, and after that touch screen mobiles also came into this world, which we as students and teachers are using it so effectively for our teaching learning process. And henceforth many more means of communication, social communication started, like Facebook started in 2004, then Twitter started in 2006, and then Instagram and so on. Instagram started in 2010. And so we can say that means of communication have started very early on in human development, and till today we have come a long way, starting from the cave paintings to the carrier pigeons to newspapers to telephones, radio signals, television, emails, internet, World Wide Web, then short service messages, then mobile communication, and touchscreen was also invented in the year 1970s, then Facebook, then Twitter, then Instagram. All these means of communication, we can see it on a single line, and this is called a timeline. I hope you have understood how to prepare a timeline. So go ahead, enjoy making it, and prepare a beautiful timeline of your means of communication, how it evolved from the cave paintings till today's fast age social communication methods. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you for watching.